Morning, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Last time, when we left off, we had finished clearing out Vault 11, had done a little bit more exploring, and we had arrived at Camp McCarran, where we were exploring the massive airport and dialoguing with the huge number of NPCs there. So that's what we're going to keep doing this morning. I actually don't know that 1 hour is enough for us to finish everything we have left to do there, but I'm hopeful. So let's get started. Morning, Lone Wonder. Morning, Alexander. Wonderful to see both of you as always. So we had finished out the first floor here, so let's head upstairs. Lots of little but useful stuff like this lying scattered all over the airport, so you have to be pretty thorough if you want to be sure you got everything out of McCarran. Morning, Benjamin. Morning, Tim. Morning, His Headness. Tim, I feel like it's been a little bit since we saw you. How are you, my friend?
Go on through, soldier.
Generics here. Good morning, Maya. Resumption of the YOLO genocide run. Indeed. That's exactly what we have going here. It's through here. Door to the Mojave Wasteland. Now, what could this be? I don't rightly remember. Oh yeah, the train platform. You can get to the Strip this way if you're good friends with the NCR. Take the monorail to the Strip and skip the credit check. Good morning, Infinimora. Great to see you, as always. And we've got an office looking room here, so clean water, stave off any dehydration that might come from those sodas we just hammered. All right. I've never actually been to McCarran Airfield myself, but I'm told by people who have that this actually looks remarkably like the place when you walk into the terminal. Slot machines and everything, very Vegas. Next level up, we're going to hit 100 barter, and when we do, each of those cigarettes will finally be worth a full cap. We're actually going to max all of our skills at the next level up, not just barter, but you know what I mean. It should hopefully come pretty fast, because we're able to hammer out a lot of actual quests for the NCR in pretty short order. Thanks to having finally come to their actual main base at Camp McCarran. Another generic. As Maya would say, YOLO. Genocide. Okay, so that just goes back downstairs. Snake back through here, hit this other bank of slot machines. Sorry if this is getting repetitive. You know me. Got to get everything. What I'd really like to know, and I'm not even a smoker, I'd really like to know is what the hell happened. Where people left all of these barely, and I mean if you look at them, they do have burnt tips, but they're definitely not butts. They're not smoked cigarettes. Who left? Who just dropped all these unsmoked cigarettes on the ground? Is it like literally the second the bombs hit that that's supposedly happened? A lot of caps around this one. Caps are hard enough to see that I'm sure I'm missing a few, but I hope not. Okay. I know what's over there. That's the next thing I actually want to do, but I want to make sure I have this area looted out, so let me jog back here to where I see another big pack of generic troopers. Alright, buddy. Oh, he was better armed than his usual cohorts. Alright, this door leads to the next area, the concourse. We'll head there after we finish up in the terminal. Local man wipes out another military base. Oh, this is more than just another base. This is their headquarters. It's where the brass live. Excuse me. That was unpleasant. Corporal Walter Hornsby. Alright, he's named, so we'll let him exist for now. Inaccessible door. believe another one of those is where the interrogation's happening. That's the next thing we're actually doing, so... Finish looting this joint first. Might actually run out of carry weight. Yeah, I got 6 pounds left, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils and any other caps and cigarettes are weightless otherwise. It's gonna be time to make another run. Let's just hop up, that'll be easier. And what about the store? Confiscated goods trunk. Very hard lock. Okay, yeah, we got shit going on. Let's go offload. And I think we have to go all the way outside Camp McCarran in order to use the transportal ponder. Which I know is quite annoying, but it is what it is. Yes, pre-war money would make much more sense. I mean, caps make a sort of sense if you imagine people sitting there drinking and smoking before the war, but caps as money doesn't make sense at all. Oh, I have to dismiss him.
What is it? All right. Guess I'll be...
Good morning, St. Louis. How are you, my friend? Great to see everyone. I'm sorry that we are, as people were contrasting on Sunday night's stream, we're definitely back to being low energy and half asleep. I do apologize for that. Can't really be helped. Early morning is what it is. Alright, let's drop shit off. Starting here. Some shit misbehaving on my other screen. There we go. Cram opener and the Longue Carabine. Both unique items we're just gonna stash. All these power fists are repair supplies. With all those cigarettes.
Will Sir be staying for any consider...
Items to repair.
Will
Lovely.
Sir be staying for any...
He has a whopping 8 caps. I don't believe I actually got radiated at any point, but better sure than sorry. Alright, so anything I'm just gonna sell goes in here. At this point, that includes a lot of this stuff too. Then we're gonna use Cat Eye. Then we're gonna need Fixer. Then we're gonna need skill magazines. Then we're actually gonna use Hydra. Jet I might use, Buff Out I might use. Med-X I might use. Mentats I have used. Psycho I might use. Pugilism Illustrated is now useless. Rad-X, Rad-Away, Rebound. Never seen any use for Steady, or Super Stim Pack. Or Turbo. Not with, certainly not with, Implant GRX on board. Alright, back to it. Is there a reason you turn smart lights off and on each time you come back to the sink? I was under the impression I had to for them to work. Am I wrong about that? Does it work just for me walking in the room as long as I left them on last time I was there? I'll feel a little silly if that's true, but it will actually make sense. Oh, good morning, Elaine. I did keep the jet, don't worry. Alright, let's get Boone back. We need him along for this NCR stretch in order to trigger his quest.
Is it time?
It's tasty. I don't like risking addiction with the chems. It's a pain in the ass. I'll use them if I ever find myself in a fight I cannot otherwise win. That actually has not happened yet. But it could, which is why I'm going to keep them with me. They're weightless after all. You get addicted to beer. How very like life. Alright, back up here. More shit to loot out. Sugar bombs. I have no idea how we still have ice cold Nuka-Colas in there, considering it's not even refrigerated, let alone icy. But not one to complain much either. Check out in here. Don't think there's anything inside these cells, but that one's inaccessible. So is that one. Let's do open the confiscated goods trunk and see what we can find. Not bad stuff. And finally, talk to Hornsby.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
And let's talk to Boyd.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Who are you?
Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be.
Do you need any help?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God Centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
What do you think it means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Why don't you just beat your prisoner senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
Good morning, Cyclo. So you want me to do what you can't?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
I'm not interested in doing that right now.
You sure? You're missing out. Well, you're always welcome if you should change your mind.
Do you need any help? Let's talk about something else.
Suit yourself.
I think there's some dialogue she's not giving me about another quest that I'm trying to trigger before I do the interrogation. Maybe I need to go talk to Curtis again first.
What is it?
Colonel Shu wanted me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago.
Where should I start?
You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe.
Ask around about
Careful with
suspicious
Contreras,
activity
though.
at Camp McCarran.
He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Who should I be talking to about the intelligence leaks again?
Well, I'll leave that to you. But I would recommend Lieutenant Boyd and Sergeant Contreras as two people who usually know what's going on around here.
Alright, goodbye.
Later.
Now Boyd should have more dialogue about that quest, and then we'll help her with her prisoner.
Nice job out there.
You're back.
Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
Who's missing?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him.
What else can you tell me about Anders?
I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to.
Tell me about the break-ins.
Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that.
Would you be willing to give me the control tower access keys so I can check it out?
Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there, just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
Investigate the control tower. You said there have been thefts.
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing.
I'll keep an eye out for your missing supplies.
Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Who's missing?
Well,
Anyone else missing?
yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
I'll see what I can find out about Corporal White for you.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
Alright. That should start a new quest. Yes, the whitewash. Talk to Dazzle about the missing Corporal White. Optional. Look through Corporal White's personal effects in his locker in the McCarran concourse area. Goody. So we've just got all sorts of quests now. Now, do you need any help?
Yeah.
What about a truth drug?
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
Have you tried calling him hurtful names?
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
Okay, let's get started.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
And now we're actually ready to do this. Shouldn't be a problem, but...
Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out.
We don't...
Come on in. He's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
We could actually just do this with speech checks. There's no need to beat him.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
Speech. It doesn't tell you if you're passing the checks or not, which is always fun, but it's obviously we're going to pass him with 100 speech. I think you're confused. I'm with the excrement right now.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you were too gutless to follow Caesar's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Is something the matter, Celus? You look upset. Here, maybe you'd better step out for a moment. You've upset him.
You're a miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
Okay, we got all our stuff back. That's
a
good.
long walk, Celus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
You sure talk tough for someone who's afraid to die.
You think I could get where I was in the Legion army if I feared death? I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
And if you can't go through with it, you look even weaker.
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead.
Continue listening.
Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
Who's the operative?
I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you.
I think I've heard all I need to. You've been very helpful.
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, You're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
NCR fame, experience, good times. We are now liked in the NCR. Enough news of your good works has been passed around that people like you. And now... fuck this guy. Legion Centurion armor. Nothing else. Yay! Alright, time to head through to the concourse. And keep rolling. We are a little over halfway through today's stream, so... Concourse. The concourse is also huge and has lots of loot and lots of people in it. And then we've got the actual airfield and exterior zone to access through the concourse. So when I say that it's going to take us quite some time to get through here, believe it. Let's murder the generics. There are so very many. Private Christina Morales. Okay, well, not murder any of them in name, at least for now. Yeah, the concourse, as you can see, has been converted into a massive barracks. Seems to be where everybody sleeps and eats and everything else. Clear the main concourse first. We'll start with people, and then we'll do looting. What's up, bro? Looks like there's actually nothing back there in that jury-rigged looking medical bay. Cook there. Leave him alone. Alright. Now we'll start looting. Well, we'll talk to Christina, too.
Did the Colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind.
You look upset. What's wrong?
I know. I've been crying. Stupid. I'm supposed to be a soldier. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain.
It seems strange the NCR wouldn't do their best to retrieve a fallen comrade.
Colonel says he can't spare the men to bring Esteban back home. And the fiends, they put all kinds of mines and traps around his body. Snipers, too.
No one else will help you?
His best friend, Jackson, tried. Didn't even get permission from his CO, so it could have cost him a lot. But he never came back.
How did he die?
He was out on patrol. Bunch of drugged-up fiends attacked them. Esteban laid down cover fire while the others fell back. One of the men saw him get shot. He didn't die, though. Not then. They tried to go back for him, but there were too many fiends and they had to pull out. Damn savages chased them halfway to McCarran.
Good morning, Bjorn. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Good to have you here. If your husband is dead, what does it matter if you get the corpse back?
You never lost anybody, have you? Not like this. Never had to think about that person you love all alone out there, cooking in the sun like meat. NCR never leaves a soldier behind. That's what the recruiters told us. promised us. We believed them.
I'll recover your husband's body.
Mister, I'd about given up hope. But you've got to be careful. I don't want anybody else dying on my account. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the Repcon headquarters. At least that's what his squad mates said. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way. They should be able to tell you what the situation is.
Alright. Boone should have some dialogue now, but note added, retrieve the corpse of Ranger Morales. Private Morales has asked me to find and retrieve the corpse of her dead husband. His body is apparently being used as a lure to draw in NCR troops and slaughter them. Better keep a lookout for traps and snipers. The body is just east of Repcon HQ, and I should carry it to the troopers camped out on the north side of the railroad tracks. Boone should have more dialogue now.
What is it?
I think it's time you told me what happened to your wife.
I don't see what this helps. She's dead.
The better we understand each other, the more effective we'll be.
All right. I tracked her down. Southeast, near the river. They were selling her. Saw it through my scope. Whole place swarming with Legion, hundreds of them, bidding for things no man has a right to. I just had my rifle with me. Just me against all of them. So I took the shot.
Better for her to die than live a Legion slave.
Yeah. What they do to women, that's worse than death. There was no choice in what I did. It was more like being forced to watch something you can't stop. All this was only ever gonna play out one way. It still is. I don't have any say. All I can do is wait for it to be done with me.
You make it sound like your wife's death was inevitable.
It was gonna be something. If I'd never met Carla, it would have been something else. I should have never gotten close to her. I've got bad things coming to me. You better keep your distance too.
Why do you think you've got bad things coming?
Because fair is fair.
I don't understand.
Better that you don't.
We're getting close now.
Yeah.
One more progression, I think, and he'll be willing to tell us about Bitter Springs, which is what triggers his actual quest, so... Be careful here, we've got someone still alive nearby. With 100 sneak, apparently we're more or less invisible, so... to anything that's of a normal level in the base game. That's why the contrast in the expansions is so stark, because I may as well have had no sneaking ability at all while we were playing Old World Blues. Alright. Let's see, so you can see this is definitely like the different spokes of a wheel. Let's hit the center first. Then I'll work my way around clockwise. Seems like a good systematic way to take care of things. A lot of Nuka-Cola. And dehydrated. I don't know why I'd actually burn purified water here, but I don't know where the nearest fountain is, so... And I have an excess of it now anyway. Alright, let's head this way. Here's Corporal White's locker. Corporal White's journal. That should be helpful. I pulled the log from the East Pump Station computer for the last week. Looking back over the past several weeks, the times are roughly consistent. There's definitely something going on. Water shouldn't even be going over to the west side, and yet the log says otherwise. I know I'm on to something. West side, South Cistern. 1011, 1027, 1035, 1005, 1055. West side, North Cistern. 1602, 1616, 1605, 1638, 1653. All that was... all these empty cabinets. It's a little weird. Nothing's in these chairs, apparently. Armor case. Not really interested in NCR armor, but there's other good stuff in there, it seems. There's nothing there either. Private Crenshaw's footlocker. Empty. That sounds like something we're gonna have to pay attention to, though. At some point. We've still got a few banks of slot machines to check out. Same usual caps and cigarettes lying around. A combat knife stuck in the side of one. I guess somebody got upset. Perhaps a bit of a losing streak. And next, this tunnel is what will take us out to the airfield. There's plenty more shit to explore. So we'll leave that for now and finish checking out in here first. First up appears to be another barracks. How are we doing on time? 48 minutes. Ooh, Dr. Kemp. Didn't even notice you.
Can I help you?
Let's chat.
Do you require medical attention?
I'd like to buy some supplies. I need medical services. Goodbye. So he's got no actual dialogue. No. Have I been to the
Goodbye.
stick pile dealer? Not yet. No. He's out on the airfield, as I recall. We're working our way out there. None of those are searchable. Oh, crud. There's a radio somewhere. It's gonna fuck with me. If I give it a chance to. Oh, it must be back here. Nope. You will be quiet. Okay, let's scan over the chairs. Don't remember seeing anything, but it's worth actually checking. Then we've got, I think, 3 more banks of slot machines, and then we're going to head to the mess hall, where we've actually got somebody to talk to and something to do, which is nice. These seems like they forgot to scatter the caps around here. Or maybe it's intended to be cleaner since it's the medical area. I don't really know. Actually, let me skip the mess hall for now, just precisely because there is actually something to do there. Let me do the last plain boring area first. Yeah, my handiwork. Nothing on those. We just got chairs and slot machine bays to check out again. Not that I really expect to find anything at this point, but you never know. Oh hey, look there. A Milsurp review. There actually was something. After all my smack talk. Caps, not bad. 2 more. Boone, you're standing on a bottle cap. There we go. I guess crouching as the case may be, but still. Alright. Now let's do the mess hall. It's going to be a bit of a pain, just because there are things that are useful, and I want to make sure I get those and don't waste carry weight on anything else. That shouldn't be too bad. I love how that dude's head is on fire, rolling around. And Cook here doesn't even bat an eye. Think there's anything in any of these. Check out the last few tables. Fuck.
All mine.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. Why'd that dude even come here? Oh, we're hungry. Time for a gecko steak. First time anyone has detected me at all in so long. Slacking off, not really watching for it. Alright. Now let's head to the back. Get his counters. He's clearly blind. I still have no idea how or why he actually saw me that one time, but it's alright, I suppose. Let's check the floor and everything else. Repair food processor. Well, we'd better talk to him before we mess with that. Because that's, actually doing stuff. Hey, we even got to make a gecko steak. Alright, we've looted the concourse. Let's talk to Farber.
Listen, asshole, I know you're not really an NCR health inspector, so you can cut the restaurant critique routine. And I want my 50 caps back, because I looked it up and there ain't no disease called colorectal implosion syndrome. So I paid you to look the other way for nothing. Wait, you're not... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You look just like... Never mind, sorry. So what can I serve you up?
Is there a health inspector bothering you?
That's nothing. You just look like the health inspector who stopped through for the yearly inspection a couple of weeks back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wait another 11 months to see his crooked ass to get my caps back. Ah, well. Anything I can get you?
Got anything to eat?
Oh, yeah. You can order up anything you want. As long as it's corn or beans. Just kidding. Haven't you heard? With a few shipments from home and a little variety, the troops are getting restless for some quality grub. You can only do so much as a chef with just corn, beans, onions, and peppers.
Can anything be done to improve your supplies?
Well, we haven't had any quality meat in months. Everyone in the camp just eating beans for protein. It isn't pretty. Some of my kitchen machinery is broken down too, so we've been eating mostly raw vegetables. And I'm desperate for spices or seasonings. Anything, just something for the general mood around here.
Where would you suggest I find meat in the amount you'd need here?
It doesn't need to all come from the same source. There are a bunch of different vendors around who sell meat. Fitz, the Nashes, Crimson Caravan. We've never really tried to go out and organize deals with merchants to supply our food. Already having an overstock of food, we haven't needed to. But we really need some good old red meat on the menu soon. So I'm willing to divert some caps in their direction if they're open to supplying us.
Where should I look for spices?
The Crimson Caravan would probably be able to arrange a regular shipment, but I don't know of any spices known to improve mood. Hell, we have a whole research department. One guy's even set up in the main terminal building. They're the ones who ought to be looking into it.
What parts are needed to fix the food processor?
Here's the list. We've been scrapping together quick fixes to keep it running for months. I think it finally crapped out and needs a full overhaul. It's the goofy machine behind the counter in the corner next to the stove. I'd be much obliged if you could take a look at it and get it fixed up.
Where might I find these parts?
I don't know. Try the various traders around the waste. Or the pawn shop in Westside might have some parts. Oh, I've heard of a place called House Tools you could check out. It's an old factory on the north side of Vegas. Just a word of warning, though. I hear no one who goes in there comes back out. Could be traps, crazy robots, or who knows what's in that place.
I'd like to talk about something else.
What can I do for you?
Could you remind me where I should look for supplies?
What do you need to know?
Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I don't need to buy any food. So let's look at the notes he gave us. Then we'll fix his food processor. And then we're going to be done with today's stream. Been going an hour. Meat vendor list. There are a few different vendors who sell snacks and meat. You might try Fitz. He has a small shop with a couple other merchants. Ruby Nash in Prim has some interesting items. Lastly, Crimson Caravan should be able to handle a good amount of supply for us. Try and convince them to trade for some of our overstock if you can. We need to reserve caps if possible. Food processor parts list. You need these parts to fix the food processor. 2 pilot lights, 2 pressure cookers, 2 conductors, 2 fire hose nozzles, 4 fission batteries, 2 steam gauge assemblies, 2 sensor modules, 5 scrap metal, and 1 pot. Repair the kitchen's food processor. With 80 repair, we can jury-rig the machine. Success. Bypassing several broken, redundant coprocessors with nothing more than bobby pins, tape, and a trooper's Swiss Army knife, you managed to get the machine running.
Howdy. Looking for chow?
I fixed the food processor.
Amazing. I thought that thing was done for. That'll help me transform what I can offer the troops. I'll give you a little extra discount the next time you buy food from me. Thanks again.
Alright. Okay, we are done for today. There's still a lot to do in McCarran. We have the entire actual airfield, the control tower, the armory, like I said, this place is fucking huge. So, we'll be doing more Camp McCarran on Thursday morning when we come back to New Vegas. So, until then, I'd like to thank everybody who joined me today live on Twitch. If you're new and you enjoy what you see, I'm, as you can see, very completionist and thorough in everything I do. It's kind of my shtick. I think the people who stick around and watch me enjoy it. If that's something you're into, please hit the follow button so you can see next time we go live. If you're watching later on YouTube, I know I stream at early morning unpredictable hours, but all of my content eventually makes its way over there. So if you like it, I hope you'll like the video and subscribe to the channel. And regardless of your platform, I hope you will join the Discord. This link to do so is either in the Twitch channel description or the YouTube video description. As with most Discords, we talk about the games you'd like to see me play, make official announcements about the channel, and just generally talk about anything and everything over there. I can't see a stream happening tonight or tomorrow, so the next stream should be the regularly scheduled Fallout on Thursday morning. So I will see you then for more Camp McCarran. Thanks again for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.